Hey, what's happening, everybody? It's your good friend Eric. I hope you're having a terrific Thursday. I'm having a terrific Thursday. And I want to show you something that's been helpful to me when it comes to time management. And I'm making this for you. I was inspired to make this for you today because I just got asked about this. So I just got asked about what are some ways to help me manage my time? What are some ways to help me get back in control of my schedule? I want to feel like I have my act together. I want to feel like I have things dialed in. Sometimes things can feel out of control when it comes to my schedule. What are some things I can do? What are some ways I can help this situation, okay? Because it can feel overwhelming. It can feel stressful, when your day's getting away from you, when things just keep coming at you and you don't get the things done that you want to get done. That's not a good feeling. That can feel really unsettling. So I want to help you with this. I'm going to show you something that I learned back about 6 or 7 years ago. I wish I remember the person that showed this to me that I learned this from. I do remember it was, I learned it on a CD, so from Success Magazine. Success Magazine used to send out monthly CDs with interviews of high-performing people, and it was on one of these interviews that I first heard about this philosophy, about this strategy that I'm about to show you. So maybe you know who it is and you can help me out with giving me the exact credit. So I wish I remembered the person, but I do know it was from the Success Magazine CD. So here's the deal. The deal is when it comes to your time and the things that you're working on and the things that you're doing, there are only one of two things happening, okay? So there are only two things happening in that moment. You are either playing offense, or you are playing, what's the opposite of offense? You're playing defense, okay? So those are the only two things that can be happening at any given time. You are either playing offense or you're playing defense. So let's keep going with this. What does it mean to play offense? What does it mean to play defense? So what it means to play offense is that you are working on your own agenda. You're working on your own agenda. So when you're playing offense, you're working on your agenda. So that means when you're playing defense, what are you working on? You're working on their agenda. So the deal is you're either working on your agenda or you're working on their agenda. So who's they in this situation? Who is they in this situation? Well, they is everyone except for you, okay? So it could be your fellow realtor. It could be the broker on the other side of the deal. It could be your manager. It could be your spouse. It could be your kids, right? It's anything that comes up that's not your agenda, all right? So this happened to me last week. My daughter was in her elementary school. I got a call from elementary school saying that my daughter was sick. She needed to be picked up. That's an example of playing defense. That was their agenda. Obviously, that was something important I had to handle. That's an example of their agenda. If you're an owner or manager, what that is working with your people. So it's dealing with their urgent situation. It's helping them out. It's the old, hey, do you got a minute? That's an example of their agenda. So again, when it comes to your time, you're either playing offense or defense. And when you're playing offense, you're working on your agenda. When you're playing defense, you're working on their agenda. So what's your agenda then? Your agenda is everything that's super important to you, anything that's going to be really valuable to you. It's that important project that needs to happen. It's that important conversation that needs to occur. It's anything that's going to lead to a really good payoff for you, anything that's going to create a lot of value, anything that's going to create a high return on your investment of time. That's something that is your agenda. Now, here's the deal with these two things. Defense occurs how? Automatically. Meaning that defense will automatically show up in your life. You don't have to do a thing to create defense. Defense will automatically show up. It will arrive at your doorstep. It will arrive on your phone. It will be a phone call. It will be a text. It will be someone knocking on your door to say, hey, do you got a minute? It'll be like the phone call I got from my daughter's school last week. You need to come pick up your daughter because she's sick. These things will occur automatically. So because these things called defense occur automatically, we must create our offense. We have to create our offense. So we must create our own offense because all this stuff is going to show up automatically. So if we never create our offense, our day is filled with what? It's filled with defense. All day long will be defense, just playing defense. It's thing after thing. It's the emails rolling in, it's the text rolling in, it's the phone calls in, it's the, hey, you got a minute. Those things will just happen automatically. We don't have to do a thing to create defense. We do have to proactively create offense. So what we must do, we must proactively carve out the time for offense to occur. So we must create the space for offense to occur. Otherwise, defense will what? It will take over. Defense will take over unless we create the time for offense. When is the best time to create offense? When is the very best time? Well, the very best time for most people is when it's in the morning. And the reason why the best time for offense is in the morning, it's because that's when it's quiet. It's quiet and relatively calm. That's when you have the least amount of distractions called defense that can potentially show up to steal your attention away, to rob you of your time. It's in the morning when it's the best time to work on your offense. So when you can work on your offense in the morning, it's that very important project. Maybe it's thinking through the conversations you need to have that day. It's writing the thing that needs to be written. It's recording the things that need to be recorded. It's preparing for the day. All those things are playing offense. You carve it out. The best time to carve it out is in the morning. And then when you go into your day, when you go into the rest of the day, when defense is showing up, you can deal with the defense with this great sense of calm and being assured, and it's not a big deal, there's no problem. The little voice in your head isn't racing about all the other things that you have to get done. With this person, please hurry up and finish because I have to finish all these other things. You don't have that happening because you've already carved out the space, you've already created the time for your offense, so you're good. So that way you can better serve this person who is dealing with their agenda. You can better play defense when you can play offense first. So again, just a quick recap of this. When it comes to your time and things that you're working on, only two things are happening. You're either playing offense or defense. Defense is when you're working on their agenda. Offense is working on your agenda. Defense will show up automatically. You don't have to do a thing for those things to show up. They're just going to show up. Because that's true, we must create our own offense. We must carve out the time and space for those things to happen. The best time for that is in the morning. For most people and for most things, the best time for that is in the morning. So that's the deal with time management. All kinds of strategies I could teach you about time management, but that is one that's probably the most powerful one. I hope that helped you out. I appreciate you tuning in to this video. It's awesome. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye.